Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom. I'm Jake T. O'Donnell. Today we're opening this pack of 1983 Donruss. I realized that we actually haven't opened a pack of this particular year and this particular set before. We've opened 83 Topps and we've opened 83 Fleer, but not Donruss on the channel. I think the last time I opened one of these was on my old Instagram feed from before we started Wax Pack Wisdom. So, possibility of 3 Hall of Fame rookie cards in this set: Tony Gwynn, Boggs, Ryne Sandberg. Also second year Cal Ripken Jr., Nolan Ryan, other stars of the era. There's the Chicken Man as well. I think you can see on the side here it says the Chicken T-shirt offer, or you get the Chicken shirt. And there is the famous Chicken Man card in there. So let's see what we get. Let's see if we pull any of those big names in this pack of 83 Donruss. So the first one is the Ty Cobb. As noted, it looks like, I don't know what part of the puzzle that is. That's interesting. I guess you'd have to make the puzzle to find out. So there you go. All right, let's see who we pull from this pack. Alan Ripley. Rich Gale, who eventually would be a pitching coach and was the Red Sox pitching coach for a time in the 90s. Paul Splatorf was a pretty good pitcher, I believe. Here's with the Royals there, as you can see. It's amazing that, you know, this era that guys with like a 4.5, almost like a 4.30 ERA would still pitch 240 innings. It's just a very different era back then. Jim Morrison, break on through to the other side. Greg Pryor. Julio Cruz, pretty good player for a number of years. I think an all-star level player. There's Don Baylor. So obviously this is the best card we've pulled so far. Is star Don Baylor, future manager, future hitting coach. Was, I believe, for a time one of the all-time leaders in hit by pitches. And he shares a rookie card with Dusty Baker. So that's the best card we've pulled so far. Ozzie Virgil was also a pretty good player. His father has a card in the 59 top set. Him being kind of one of the first, I believe was one of the first Latino-born players, one of the first stars. And as it says here, his son of former Giants shortstop Ozzie Virgil Sr. So we've talked about him on 59 Topps Friday before. Bob Nepper, Charlie Moore, Dave Schmidt, not Mike Schmidt, but Dave Schmidt. Joel Youngblood. So this is an interesting name that came up a bit for me this year. And I don't remember the teams or the particulars exactly, but Joel Youngblood was it may have even been this year, 83, or it could have been the year before. He played a day game for one team. He was traded, made it to the park of the team that he was traded to, and played in the game that night. And I think he got a hit in both games, so that was like a record. And the reason part of why, at least for me, that came up this year was because Danny Jansen on the Red Sox started a game for the Blue Jays that was a suspended game, and then he was traded to the Red Sox and then played for the Red Sox in the continuation of the game. So he was the first guy in history to play for both teams in the same game, and I was there. I was at both of those, both the beginning part that was suspended and then the latter part. So Joel Youngblood, kind of just seeing a card kind of reminds me of that. If I look at the back of the card, maybe it will say, something about that. Yeah, I guess it probably was 82. He played the first game for the Mets, and then was traded to the Expos and played for them that night. I think that was what happened. So anyway, a little interesting piece of baseball history there. The next card kind of slipped out of my hand, and it is none other than Mookie Wilson. That's a pretty nice Mookie Wilson card. I think his rookie is in the 80. I think it's 81, but that's a nice one. Of course, outfielder, fast guy, a lot of years with the Mets, and famously hit the ball that went through Buckner's legs in the 86 series. And then there's Don Robinson with the pillbox hat, and Alan Bannister. So not a lot to write home about in this pack of 83 Donruss. None of the big rookies, no Hall of Famers even. We did get These two guys, though, probably the two most well-known players that we pulled out of the pack, Mookie Wilson and Don Baylor. So shout out to Mookie Chilson, by the way, one of my favorite channels on this on YouTube. Make sure you check out Mookie Chilson's channel if you haven't before. So anyway, that's it. That's going to do it for this edition of Wax Pack Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of this break. If you have a story about one of the players that we kind of maybe glossed over a little bit, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Please, if you like this content, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you'll find links to where you can follow us on all social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this content, please consider a donation to one of those organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.